Alright, the purpose of this video is to know exactly what you're getting, and it is an electronical device, so the purpose is to show the functionality and that everything is working correctly. This is a PC that I built. I'm selling it because I have another one over there, and I have some old components, some new components, and I'm going to talk about those. First off, the case. It's a small mid tower. It runs 18.5 inches in length and 17 inches in height, as well as 7.5 inches in width. It's a very compact case, but it's got plenty of room for improvement inside, which I'll be showing you. It does have a see-through plastic window right here, and like I say, it is brand new. There's no scratches on it or anything. When I'm done making this video, I'm going to put the entire PC right back in the box. Okay, so starting out, it has two intake fans right here. These are actually high-powered, so you can get a lot of airflow going in through the front, cool air. It has two intakes, the SP120s by Corsair. Has two top exhaust fans, just regular 120s, and a regular red LED 120 exhaust fan on the upper rear here. On the front panel, there's two bays, and I have occupied a disk drive, nothing fancy, just a regular functioning disk drive. I do have an analog fan control for every single one of the 5 case fans on this PC. On the front, you have power, USB, that I have the keyboard that I'll be adding in, and a USB 3.0 that I have the mouse plugged that I'll be added into, as well as a headphone jack, a microphone jack. This is a red LED indicator for power. It's not lit up yet. And here is a reset button. Just a back panel popped out. Let me go ahead and show you what the motherboard has on the back. Up top, mouse, keyboard. I don't think many people use that anymore. Digital audio. Let's pull some of these out. Two USB 3.0s. Two USBs, two USB powers, a SATA. Here's two more USBs, and down here a USB and a BIOS USB, as well as the Ethernet connection and all of the audio connections for analog audio, microphone, side speaker, subwoofer, rear speaker, audio input. And down here is the back of the graphics card, which does require a micro HDMI adapter, which I'll include. And I'm also going to include a power cable. Plug these back in right quick. Alright, that's about it for the back. There isn't a fan on the bottom for the power supply, and as well as a vent here. Naturally, there's the exhaust fan on the back again. Slide it back up. It does rest off of the desk a little bit on these plastic feet, so that's nice. Like I say, real compact. This is like a hybrid PC. It can be used for gaming or just office work or just anything in general. Now, I'll explain later why, if you wanted to make it a full gaming rig, you'd have to definitely do some modifications to the graphics card. I'm including this Corsair mouse, keyboard, a copy, this is an HP keyboard, a brand new copy of genuine Windows 8.1, which I'll tell you a little bit about. I really like 8.1. Don't care for 8. Enjoy 7, but 8.1, they did a good job on that OS. I also have the manual for the motherboard, the M5A99FX Pro R2, and the installation CD, just in case. I have the box for the Corsair mouse, the M45, which I'm including. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power here. As you can see, the red LED bar up there, as well as the red LED there. You can see the fan glowing in the back. The power light for the motherboard, which if that drives you nuts, you could put a little piece of black electrical tape over it, take away the focus. But I really like this little window on here. It makes it a fun case. Let's go ahead, while this is booting up, let's get into BIOS. Just while we're at the boot menu right here. And I am using this keyboard that I'm including, as well as the mouse. Just showing that this keyboard is functioning correctly. And I missed the BIOS screen, so I'm gonna go ahead and restart. Sorry about that. This is gonna be, it is a longer video, but if you're interested in this PC, it's a great little PC. It'll be worth watching just to get familiar with it. See if it's something that will be appropriate for your home. Trying to get into BIOS here. I'm hitting F2. Did I miss it again, or did I get it that time? That should have been the right. There it is. Okay. This is just the default BIOS screen for the motherboard. You know, you can change here efficiency. I have it on normal. You can put it on high performance. The CPU fans tend to run a little high on high performance, but for the most part, the PC itself is fairly quiet when everything is cased up. I'm not going to get too much into BIOS here. It's going to be explained in this manual if you're interested, and most of it is easy to figure out yourself. And let's get out of that. Let's discard changes and exit. Alright, I'm going to go back to the PC here and go ahead and pop off the panels. I do have the screws removed already for convenience. Okay, just going to pop off the rear. Or the back side, that is. I'm really big on how I wire everything. I like it all to be nice and neat. I spend a lot of time making sure everything is organized correctly, as you can see here. This is how you access the hard disks. I actually have a 1 terabyte hard disk here, Western Digital Black, and a HyperX Kingston 120 gigabyte solid state drive for just extra storage. I do have the operating system Windows 8.1 installed on the hard disk just because it has more space, and you really don't want to install your operating system on anything less than 240 gigabytes, I would say. So this right here is, this solid state drive it'll be primarily best for if you have a game that you like and you want to install it on this so the PC can draw from it faster or whatnot. Other than that, everything will fit nicely on the 1 terabyte hard disk. And let's go around to this side and pop. I'm going to set this phone down so I don't accidentally bump the screen of this side panel. Don't have any scratches on it yet, and I don't want to add any. Alright, we're on the home screen there. It's just the default, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the interior components right now. Let's, I guess starting up here, the fan controls for all 5 fans. You can really get some air moving by turning these 2 up here for the 2 front fans to come in and cool things down real well. And then these 2, if you turn them up, it raises the speed on these 2 top exhaust fans. And this last one right here you can see the LED increases there and the power to that rear exhaust fan, like so. Gets a little noisy when these fans are turned up because they are moving a lot more air than a normal fan. But you know, if you need that, if it's getting hot and you need that extra airflow, you can go ahead and turn them all up. Or if you're just doing regular tasks, you can just keep them down and it's fairly quiet. This is a functioning disk drive, nothing fancy, like I probably stated earlier. And starting from the motherboard, you can see here it's pretty standard. The RAM I have is G-Skill. These are all 4 gigabyte cards for a total of 16. This heatsink here is very nice. It keeps all the heat off the motherboard. I really like it. It was an aftermarket feature. I have a pull fan, a push fan and a pull fan dispersing the heat out towards the top exhaust fans for the CPU. It also gets a little suction off the graphics card and keeps the air flowing in this direction, which is exactly what I tried to achieve. And the processor in here is actually the AMD FX 8350 8-core Black Edition. I've never overclocked it. I've heard it is good for overclocking though. It runs at 4 gigahertz, which I'll show you in a minute. The Corsair 600 watt power supply, not a bad power supply. It's going to power most of your needs. If you get, you know, a very serious game card, if you want to do Crossfire or SLI, whichever graphics card you decide to go with, it's probably going to require more power than 600 watts, but this one's good for right now. And here's the hard drives again. You can see everything very nicely wired. There's no wires sticking around anywhere. I'm very particular about how I like to build PCs, and I put a lot of time into making sure they look very clean. 2 more optional disk bays here. And the graphics card, you can see if you go in by these 2 slots, there's plenty of room for expansion. If you wanted to get a very large graphics card that comes out to here, that would be fine. Since this one is smaller, I haven't moved down just to like increase the airflow. This graphics card is fine and it functions fine. It's older. If you're serious in gaming, I recommend, you know, an upgrade for this pretty fast, because the games that they run now are going to require a little bit more than what this thing puts out. I recommend the GTX 970 personally. I think it's a decent price range, around $350. It's very power efficient, which will be good for this PC and this size power supply, and it'll also decrease heat that is dispersed throughout the case. I think I covered most of the components there, or all the components there. And going back over here, let me run back to this keyboard. It's just nothing fancy at all. It's just a low profile HP keyboard that I'm throwing in. You don't even have to take it. You can give it to someone else if you want. And I have this Corsair mouse, which is not bad. Like I say, I have the box right here. It has adjustable DPI, which makes it fun if you do want to do gaming, or if you just feel like changing the speed of your mouse. 3 settings, nice scroll wheel, 2 side buttons. A really neat shape. This actually lights up. You can download the software from Corsair's website, and you can get this light to light up as well. And running back over here again, like I say, I do have the manual for the motherboard and the original install disk, as well as the original genuine copy of Windows 8.1 that I'm going to include for you as well as the power cable for the PC itself. Let's go ahead and get into this so I can show you a little bit about Windows 8.1. Just give it a click. The password I have on right now is just the same as the username, Corsair. I didn't open up a Microsoft account for this Windows 8.1 edition. I was leaving that open to the next buyer. This is a fresh install, and there's nothing here. I did not go and delete the tiles of all the junk that comes with it, which I recommend. But 8.1 is, you know, it's a lot better than, I don't even recommend Windows 8. They really went with the slide screens and stuff for like touchscreen stuff. And Windows 8.1, they like said, hey, let's correct that. Let's go put the focus back on the desktop. And it's faster than Windows 7. I've had both. I can testify to that. I actually had Windows 8.1 and I went back to Windows 7. And then I ended up going back to Windows 8.1 because I missed the speed. And once I got familiar with the way it operates and the different features, I really fell in love with Windows 8.1. This icon right here is just a piece that runs with the graphics card software. Right here you can see that there's a NVIDIA update that's available, a GeForce experience for the graphics card there. And running in to the thing about Windows 8.1 is everybody misses the start screen bar where you like scroll up and select all what you want to do. This is a lot better because all you have to do is you hit this icon and it pulls up this screen right here, and you can just select, you know, your Internet Explorer right from it and X out, and it goes right back to your desktop. Or you can add the internet to your desktop bar and it does the same thing. Loads up. Let's actually, while I got the internet pulled up here, let's go ahead and go to YouTube. And I don't know if I have this sound, I don't know if I have my speakers connected or not, but let's find out so I can show you that the audio card is working. Don't really feel like listening to Taylor Swift. No offense if you like her. Of course. Let's just click on this video. I don't know what it is. Let's see, I don't know. Alright, looks like I do not have my speakers connected, so let me go ahead and connect to those. Coming back, I actually did have them connected, I just didn't have the right input selected. So you can see the audio drivers are working fine. So, just to show you that. Not that they wouldn't be working fine, I'm just showing you that the motherboard's functioning correctly. Back to the Windows. The thing about Windows 8.1, it's really cool. So this is your start screen menu now, and all this junk that's on here, you're probably not going to use most of it. You can just right click, you can unpin it, you can uninstall it, or uninstall it takes off the computer. Unpinning it just takes it off here, but you can still access it in this secondary start menu. The cool thing is, and I'm also going to show you right now, I did go ahead, another feature that I'm putting in with this PC is I did go ahead and install Microsoft Office. It's an older version, 2010, but it still works good. So that's going to go ahead and get you set up if you want to use a Word document. You can just click there. And you got your Word document ready. Showing that the keyboard is functioning again. Don't save. And let me show you how to go and click down here, back to these icons. Let's say you want to put a sound recorder, just right click, hit, I'm sorry, you can't see that, it's not focusing. Pin to start, it's the blurry one on the top. And what it does is it just put your sound recorder icon up there, and you can move it down here. If you want it on that row, you can switch it with that one. Awesome feature. You can have everything you want just lined up right here as icons. For miscellaneous ones like this, you can resize them to a medium size if you want it to be bigger, and just move it right there. You can unpin from start. You can go back and where was it? Sound recorder, pin to taskbar. Click on that. If you go back up 2 clicks, there it is on your taskbar right there. So if you want to access it, you can just do it like that. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right, I think that pretty much covers everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and access the PC. I want to show you here that my drives are functioning correctly. This is the it's hard to, it's kind of blurry, I see, but this is the 1 terabyte main drive, disk drive, and over here is the 120 gigabyte. It's only allocated 109, but that's how it always is. Over here it's labeled storage space E. And then let's go ahead and X out of that and go back to the control panel. I have an icon right here for it. Let's go to system, and just to verify that this is in fact the AMD FX 8350 8-core processor, 4 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of installed RAM, like I said earlier. That's just to verify that, so it's no surprises. I'm taking my time to make this video, so anyone that's looking at or interested in getting this PC can feel completely comfortable about the purchase. There's no surprises. A lot of good components here. You know, you can install a new graphics card, no problem. Take that one out. Simply done. And everything's ran and wired really well. It's clean, brand new. After this video, I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna stick it right back in the box right there, and I'm gonna add this keyboard, and I'm gonna put this mouse in that box, put it over there as well, and I'm gonna put these in the box here, as well as the power cable. One thing I wanted to mention that I didn't was internet. Now, I personally recommend doing a direct Ethernet connection to your computer, but this doesn't have a wireless card. But what you can do, and what I've used, it's been highly effective. I think it's about 20 or 30 bucks. It's a USB connected internet adapter by eTech City. The router for my internet is actually on the other side of this house right now, and this thing has been highly effective. I've had it for a long time for gaming and daily usage internet, and it's worked for me. It's just a cheap, efficient internet or a signal receptor there. So you can get one of those off Amazon for really cheap. It's a great deal. You can see even this is a long house, and even on the other side of the house we're still getting 4 bars of reception there. And just want to make sure I covered everything else. Like I say, I did not do anything really to this at all. There's nothing downloaded on here apart from the Microsoft Word and some of the graphics updates and whatever Windows updated when I installed. And I didn't delete any of these. This is what it looks like when you first get the OS system. And okay, there it is. Thank you so much for your interest, and I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you enjoyed this video and everything I have here to offer, and I'll have all the prices and everything listed and all the components on the Craigslist ad, as well as my phone number. I prefer a text first, and then, you know, if it's a serious inquiry, you can call me and we'll get together on how it can be delivered and whatnot. Like I say one more time, the purpose of this video is to show that all of these components are working perfectly correctly, and there's nothing dead in here or fake or anything like that. It's all ready to go. So if I bring it to your home or whatnot, we can actually set it up there. You can double check it again, and then you'll have a new PC ready to go. Thank you so much for your interest. Bye.